It's in France, and more specifically in the middle of Lyon, cradle city of the cinema industry thanks to Auguste and Louise Lumière, where Virginie Goyon and Sébastien Labon spent a part of their free time creating their own film. Over the past 2 years, a 3D animated short film is being made independently and without any budget named MELINE. It is in this context that Virginie and Sébastien created a workspace to imagine, create, and put into motion a short film which is personal for them.
En fait, au début, on s'était dit, bah tiens, on va faire un petit film. On s'est dit, bon, allez, 20 secondes maximum, un tout petit court-métrage juste pour s'entraîner le soir en faisant du boulot. On pourrait faire une petite fille qui courrait après 2-3 papillons, ça pourrait être rigolo. Puis de là, il a dit, ouais, ce serait une petite fille dans une grange, ah ouais, puis je ne sais pas comment. Petit à petit, ça a commencé, je proposais des idées, enfin, ça arrêtait pas. Le soir, on était là, mais en fait, elle pourrait faire ça aussi, elle pourrait faire ça. J'ai horreur de ça, c'est super embarrassant.
On avait tellement d'idées, on avait tellement construit dessus, qu'au final, on ne pouvait pas faire tenir ça dans 20 secondes. Et on s'est dit, ben, pourquoi pas lancer la création d'un court-métrage. Voilà, c'est là qu'on a commencé MELINE.
Notre but avant tout quand même c'était de se faire plaisir. Le deuxième c'était de raconter une histoire plutôt simple.
On voulait pas faire quelque chose de trop compliqué qui perde un peu tout le monde. On voulait rester vraiment très simple, voilà. Mais bien raconté en fait.
C'était aussi de rendre le personnage attachant. Comme c'était une petite fille, on s'est dit bon bah faut vraiment qu'elle soit craquante.
On a regardé beaucoup d'enfants pour essayer de voir qu'est-ce qui était mignon dans un enfant, comment elle bougeait.
On s'est pas mal inspiré aussi de films comme Totoro, Miyazaki.
Les Pixar avec Monstres et compagnie, la petite fille du bout. On va essayer vraiment de créer qu'on n'ait aucun regret et de l'amener vraiment au bout en fait. L'amener vraiment le plus loin possible.
To better apprehend the volume of work needed, Virginie Goyon, 3D supervisor in a video games company, and Sébastien Labon, director and photographer, used traditional methods to create a computer-animated short film. Virginie and Sébastien naturally began the process of creation by writing the script, which consists in defining the characters on paper, their actions, and the different places and backgrounds. At this point, they define the emotion and feelings of the main and secondary characters.
Voilà la chambre où tout a commencé, donc c'est ici qu'on a écrit le scénario de MELINE, c'est ici qu'on a imaginé toutes ses actions, tout ce qu'elle pouvait faire, on mimait toutes les actions, on montait sur le lit, on a bien rigolé en le faisant.
Writing the story to get to the next step, dressing the script. The artistic direction consists in illustrating and putting into pictures the various elements which constitute the film. It is often represented by the creation of a massive amount of drawings and illustrations to find the design of the main and secondary characters, the objects, the backgrounds, and the environments. All this to best illustrate the story.
En fait, il y a 2 ans, juste avant de commencer la production, pour notre recherche graphique, on a visité quasiment toutes les granges autour de Lyon. 2 jours complets où on s'est énormément inspiré. On a pris énormément de photos, de vidéos pour définir le design graphique des décors.
At the same time, Virginie and Sébastien began to create the movie by using a 3D animated storyboard called a previs. At this moment, the timing, the position of the characters and the objects, the composition of the image are set up to start telling the story. This stage is very important because it will help gain precious time during the production stage. The creators can focus on the most important elements of the main parts shown in the previs. It's also used for experimenting quickly and effortlessly various actions. Considering that a large number of files and diverse computing resources are created on the computer, an important step is the organization of all these streams of information.
On a travaillé uniquement sur des ordinateurs portables de base, du coup leur performance étant beaucoup plus limitée que par rapport à des stations de travail, notamment par rapport au processeur ou au disque dur. Il fallait être à la fois rigoureux sur la gestion des ressources et de leur utilisation.
It is necessary to set up the simplest and most effective hierarchy to allow a quick and easy access to all the data. It is also important to define the various stages of production in order to complete them in the correct order.
Une fois que le script, le design graphique, le storyboard et la pipeline sont mis en place et validés, en résumé, une fois que les fondations, les bases sont solides, on peut donc passer sans crainte à la production.
The modeling step consists in reproducing in 3D all the graphic elements defined during pre-production throughout the graphic researches. Every element which composes the story, such as the characters, the objects, or the sets, were entirely created. After 3 months of work for all the sets of the short film, it is now possible to replace the temporary objects of the previous by the new ones. Once the basic volume is validated, it is time to dress up the objects. This step serves to add life to all the elements which were just modeled during the previous step. Various materials such as wood, plastic, metal, fabric are applied carefully to the objects. They complete the final look of the objects, the sets, and also the characters. Now comes an interesting step. The rigging and skinning steps will allow the creators to bring the characters and objects to life. For the characters, we need to create, like in a human body, a skeleton and joint system which will be put into motion during the animation stage. It is the skeleton of our character that will be animated. Various secondary actions, including the animation of hair and clothes, for instance, are also set up during the step. They are computed dynamically and automatically by the computer. Once everything is in place, the animation can start. This is a crucial stage of a movie. It consists in giving life to elements by moving them using a specific method. The movements of every objects and characters defined in the previous are created, but this time in a more detailed and, most of all, natural way. For our beloved MELINE, it's time to make her run, walk, jump, and also do subtle movements such as looking at something specific, smile, or any other movements that add life to the character. Other minor elements are also animated, such as secondary characters or objects all around MELINE that move naturally in real life. This adds life to the whole scene. Now that all the 3D elements look just as Virginie and Sebastian wanted them to and move according to the script, it's now time to proceed to the lighting and rendering. This step allows the filmmakers to highlight all the different elements within the 26 shots that compose Meet MELINE and create different colorimetric atmospheres according to the story. Light sources are placed in the 3D environment to simulate various contexts and atmospheres such as day, night and sunset, bright or dark ambiances. The final frame is obtained during the rendering step while it is computed using different layers which will be mixed up one over the other during the compositing, the first stage of post-production. The compositing is the final step of the creation of the pictures of the film, but only the first part of the post-production phase. It is at this point that we obtain the final image, displayed in front of our eyes. This step collects and merges all the image layers created previously. Various operations such as color correction and contrast tweaking are used to obtain a uniform look and feel throughout the entire movie and highlight the message of the shots to better express their meaning. The color-corrected sequences then go to the editing room, where they are all put together, always according to the script in the previous, to complete the final film. Again, some finishing touches are done so that shots and sequences move along coherently. Subtle color corrections or cut unnecessary frames between some shots, for example. The creators also take advantage of the step to add temporary sound effects to find a potential guideline for the sound design. From now on, all the efforts can be focused on creating the final sound effects and background music. For that, Virginie and Sébastien went to Paris to meet Cédric Deneuze and Guillaume Roussel, respectively sound designer and musician for Meet MELINE. The sound effects and the music of a film help the story and its image to be more truthful and convincing by bringing subliminal narrative elements. In the case of the sound effects, they are created by using unusual objects that have a particular yet specific sound. When they are added into the film in motion, a link sound image happens. The voices of MELINE are also recorded. Meet Mia, our young actress. The music is also added during the step. It serves the dual purpose of illustrating the story as well as subconsciously bringing elements for the narrative.